Hello, my little fantasy nerds, and welcome to another episode of Dungeon Crawlers,
Dungeon Crawlers.
where I once again slaughter my party. Actually,
Only
I did.
one of them.
Thank God. The rest will follow. Anyways, where we left off, Overlord 1, Party 0.
No, we've killed a lot more than one person.
where we left off, the party in the throes of combat in the throne room as a party member feeling overwhelmed by emotions, feeling untrusted, feeling upset, invoked the second and the third pack of the contract that they formed in Hell, essentially giving him demon-esque type bodyguards, and eventually, as Kalen miraculously fell 70 feet and popped right back up, began to morph into a lich of sorts, overwhelming with magical essence type power. Seeing this happen, his deity took it upon herself to release Kalen of his bonds, and as she cried, pulled Kalen close and ended the transformation. The party was given short, haphazard trials with a lot of behind the scenes, and basically given the leave and the trust of the king for now. Told many bits of information as to what was going on in the world that they had missed over the last 3.5 months, almost 4 months now. The party has mourned in several different ways. They have gathered the effects of Kalen as they have made their way back to their house, and that's where we kind of left off. The day is yours. I believe we left off right around 9 a.m. You guys were just finishing up breakfast. And
Elena
was stopping by. Yeah.
Correct.
With the book and Lachlan's books.
I believe they had just left.
They just left? Okay.
Yep, they had left and they were heading back to the tower to do research. So, the day is yours. It's about 9 a.m. Elena and Lachlan had left with the effects of the book and said that they would begin to research and study. And that's pretty much where you guys were left. Yes.
Should we send something to his temple? Sort of message?
Did we or should we?
Should we?
Well, maybe we just tell them he fell in battle. It's not a lie.
I agree, they don't need to know.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good question. Would I know if there's any, like,
There's
I don't know, maybe we
courier.
use
There's courier. I mean, are you looking to send a message, or are you looking to send a message with effects? Armor.
I would imagine we're gonna send.
Just a quick letter, I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking to send a quick letter, there are ways to do that, or something. There's magical means to do that. There's physical ways to do that. There's courier services that can be hired for that. If you're looking to send more than a letter or just the letter itself, prices change and they differ. It depends on what you would like to do.
I think this holy symbol should be returned as well. And I'll set the pendant down on the table.
You set down what on the table?
His holy symbol.
It's a bomb. Oh no.
Did you want to send that to his temple? Or did you want to keep it?
I think it should go back. It's not mine.
So if we know there's a way to send...
We also have prayer vestments and a prayer book. If somebody wants the book, you could maybe keep it.
I'd like it, but well, I don't have much. I can't really use it. There's no
pray
picture.
to Shantae now too, don't you?
Yeah, I make up my own stuff.
Maybe Kaylin would have wanted you to keep it.
I can keep it, but I looked through it and there's no pictures.
Yeah, no pictures, but... No pictures, but at least you would have something to remember him.
I'll keep it for now.
Andre at it again.
What?
Nothing.
Just-
Right around that time, as you guys are discussing all of this, you guys hear a quick little on the door. Woolsworth begins to make his way towards the door, and you hear you hear light chatter by the door. And you
I'll
kinda
stand
see,
up.
You see Woolsworth kind of like bow slightly, and then the door close. Sirs and Mrs., you have been summoned to the castle once again at the bequest of the king.
Does that mean now?
He said whenever you were available, whenever time deemed worthy is all the courier, the messenger sent.
He didn't listen to what I said about us being the Lone Rangers, did he?
Guess
May
not.
have the
I
new
guess-
offer us.
Guess we don't
Should
get
we-
any time to sit down and, collect ourselves either. Right back to business.
Does someone want to write something before we go? Is that where we would deliver it from?
Andre would know the courier services are close to Elena's tower. There's like a courier service / like general store. The general store basically runs the courier services out of the backside. So
Can go on the way to post the letter.
I'll start just writing a letter. I'll take his vestments and the holy, what was it?
Symbol.
More? The holy symbol. I'll just start writing a letter, getting them together. And then, unless anyone had anything else they want to do, I could use the work. I think sitting here is not going to be helpful personally for me. I'd like to get out and do something.
Agree.
Yeah, I
Just-
suppose sitting around probably isn't a good idea either.
Just because he's asked to see us doesn't mean that he necessarily wants us to do something. Might be that he has information for us that might help us, or something else. But we do live here, and as such, he is our governor, basically. I'm not from here either. Myself, I've only lived here for years. I still treat him as my leader, as he is the one who welcomed me into this community, as he has done for you. So, while I understand that you all like independence, as I do, just respect what he does. Don't
But
have to,
also
you don't have
understand,
to kneel at his. You don't have to kneel at his feet necessarily.
but understand why the rest of us might not want to be to stay here for forever. I mean, Jupiter's hospitality is what got Kalen killed. I wouldn't mind getting away as well.
I suppose.
And I'll kind of make my way outside, kind of waiting for everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get up and I'll go outside as well.
I'll fold up the letter and the things and put it in my pack and head out too.
Finish off the wine and head out.
Hell yes.
So you guys make your way out the front door. Are you guys heading straight to the castle, or are you going somewhere else?
We're gonna drop the letter off first, but
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys are making your to the courier services. So you walk into the general store, and she points you towards the side. There's like a little side counter that you just see like some elven and some human individuals just standing there. And there's a little sign written in common that says courier services. It's like 1 silver for a letter depending on distances, and with effects 1 silver plus services, and then it kind of goes on into, depending on how far of a distance you're going. So are you looking to it's just the letter then,
and the pendant.
and the pendant
And the vestments.
and the vestments? So it'll cost you
I'm keeping the book.
What about the
Okay.
armor?
No,
We keep
Well-
the armor.
Yeah, we'll keep the armor.
okay. So it'll cost you around 4 silver.
I'll get it.
Paid the postage.
You guys make your way towards the main castle. The guards recognize you immediately and are a little like weary of you, kind of like they see you all walking in one group together, and they kind of like open the door slowly and let you guys through. You see lots of repairs being done. Carpenters, masonry people. The floor is being redone. The halls are being like refinished and grinded out and polished, and the trim is being redone. You walk into the main area, and standing up on the top of the throne is a fully armored Beowulf staring. No, I'm just kidding. Is Beowulf. He seems to be talking to 2 or 3. They look like regular workers, like a carpenter, possible, maybe a painter, and somebody else. And he's just in like a tunic. like just regular, looks like common clothing.
Based on the repairs for our door, I can't imagine what this project costs.
I don't think
It's
we
a
want to
lot.
know.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of dosh.
So you walk in, he immediately notices you, and instead of sitting down in the throne, he actually walks down from the throne directly at you. Lone Rangers, I am sorry, I told you I would give you time to grieve and mourn. This is more of a favor to myself, that I ask of you. We, the last time we met, I told you of the knowings and the going-ons of Rothos. And, we have somebody that we have been holding, not so much a prisoner, but a prisoner of war, so to speak, willingly. She has met with no resistance and given us a lot of information. She has requested her freedom, which we have granted within reason, but we cannot necessarily trust her to the fullest. Obviously, with the going-ons of Jupiter at this time, we need to keep a close eye on her. I feel as this is more so a favor on my part, asking your group to do this for me, as I unfortunately was the cause of a loss of one of your members. So, to make up for this, he snaps a finger, and they bring in a small chest and lays it in front of the feet of the group. Think of this as competence for compensation, thank you, of miscommunications between two parties. Let us know if there's anything that we can do to help you lay your friend at rest, but he motions towards the chest. Do with it what you would wish. As for my favor, he looks back over his shoulder again. Arcadia, grab him. Grab her. And you see Arcadia bringing in this this kind of early 20s looking female with who looks very lean. She almost looks like a Freya, except for a lot leaner and a little more muscular. Not like overly muscular, but she just looks like she definitely has been around the block.
She's fucking buff.
Little bit, yeah. She has she kind of points up and stares directly at the group, and she has dark, piercing blue eyes that just almost seem like they stare directly into your soul. Faded white hair, kind of like a hardened, pale features. A lot of her her jawline is very rigid. She just looks kind of I guess I wouldn't know how to describe her hair. I didn't ask that question, but she almost sports a militaristic look, the way it's cut, and the way she looks, and the way she acts and holds herself. She's not slouched over. You can tell she maybe got tortured like a Tish, or questioned maybe too roughly, and they kept her up kind of late, she didn't get a whole lot of sleep, but she looks like she could still probably take the entire group or hold her own.
She's got that military bearing.
Yeah.
Respect.
She is, she's wearing just really casual clothing, with a white shirt and kind of a black sleeveless jacket, with some blue pair of black pants and some brown leather boots. And then from her hands to about her elbows, she has white cloth wraps the whole way up. So This individual found her way to us about 2 weeks ago. Part of the reason, or not 2 weeks ago, sorry, 3 or 4 months ago. That's the reason you ran into Arcadia. She got a lot of her information on Lucian from this individual. Obviously, somebody coming into our midst telling us that they are from a baron's household did not bode very well, and we immediately took her into custody to question, detain, and ascertain her means. So, we ask that you take her with you. Maybe use her to your benefits. She has no love for the empire that we can see, or for these barons. She has provided us with a good amount of resources and information in the upcoming weeks and months. Let her go. She is free. Within reason, if they deem you to be a threat, they have my blessing to do what they want outside of these. I thank you once again, Lone Rangers. I hope that we can repair the trust on both sides that was broken. But if you would bid me adieu, I to do as you can. He kind of like holds up his hands, and like everything, like the walls are splintered, parts like the floor are scarred and marred. It's like big gouges from like sword marks.
Demon claws and shit.
Yeah, just like everything and anything. I mean, he's busy. And he kind of gives you.
He's got a lot of remodeling to do.
Yeah, understatement. He gives you kind of like a little, like, not like a full bow, but like a little nod, and like turns around and walks off with you, and you can see them conversing. As the individual stands before you about like 5 or 10 feet away, just staring directly at the group.
What's your name?
Alyssa, you can call me.
Right then, Alyssa. What is it you do?
I act as a threat to whoever I please.
Very vague, but I suppose we can work with that. So, came from Lucian's household, I take it.
You could say that. More so after I got the sweet-ass powers that he was offering, I just kind of ditched the place. And now I have them for myself.
So you were working with Lucian?
No. I volunteered to be part of his dumb experiment, and then after it was done, I said bye.
And what do you do now?
I wander it, and I slash up whatever pisses me off.
So I would have been pretty annoyed at this whole thing until you mentioned you're from Steinthorn, and then my face would have shown interest. How long did you said you're from Steinthorn? How long have you lived there?
All my life.
And you lived with the Barons? You knew kind of what's going on there? You knew people there?
I didn't live with the Barons. I was just in the town, and then when Lucian came a-knocking, I took the offer, and then, like I said, once I got what I wanted, I ran. He probably doesn't like me very much now.
Well, we don't like him very much either.
Feeling is mutual. Bit of a bastard, that one.
In fact, we are technically still pledged to return to Steinthorn and kill him.
Looking forward to it.
Is that so? And she cracks a very toothy grin, almost animalistic. And she stares at you after you say this, not really saying anything else.
Take it by your expression that you might be interested in joining us in that.
Well, it certainly sounds like fun. And I'm here to have fun.
Well, if you have fun killing parents, then you're in luck.
That certainly
Got our
is
mind on
fun by my
Got our
standards.
eyes on a couple. Lucian.
Well, I wouldn't mind tagging along if you're offering.
Don't see
Yeah,
a
Wolf
choice
didn't give us
either
much of a
hand,
choice.
really.
Guess Bait Wolf thinks he can make up for Kalen by replacing him with you.
She stares at you. She directs her gaze to you. And she says, let's get something straight. I don't act as a replacement to anybody. Let me give you some little insider information. These experiments that Lucian was running, probably still is. Although after I broke out, I don't know if he wants to anymore. They were done for the purpose of making, shall we say, his own Raxus, so to speak.
I know what these experiments did, and I'm gonna pretty angrily just turn away and walk out of the room.
Okay.
She turns towards the rest of the group. Well, he didn't exactly let me finish, but anyway, as I was saying, the point I'm getting at is I'm a living weapon. I was made for the purpose of being stronger than the Raxus. In other words, I am an elite among elites. I don't lose fights.
It didn't sound like you had just broken out from these experiments. Not too long ago, right?
Give or take a few weeks.
So how would you say that you don't lose fights if you've only been on your own for a couple weeks? Doesn't sound like you've had much experience in the world yet.
Well, even before I was conscripted, I was a regular town guard of Steinthorn.
And you didn't lose fights then either?
No, I don't. Period.
Well, given what we're setting out to do, be useful having somebody that can't lose on our side.
Damn straight.
I haven't decided whether I love your attitude or hate it, but it's one of those two. And I'm sure I'll figure it out.
I'm sitting here trying to
soon.
have a straight face as I'm doing this. Oh my god.
I'll let you know once I know.
Oh yeah, she speaks very haughtily. She has a very big superiority complex.
So, do we know what barons would be best to remove at this point? I'm assuming that ideally, if we were to take one out, we would have a more friendly operative to take their place.
Possibly.
So, do we know that, like, does Beowulf know that there are, hey, this Baron X or Y, this next person in line would be friendlier to our cause or whatever, so that we can address that first?
You'd never really asked that question. The information had been given to you, what the Barons were doing and why they needed to be taken out, but nothing was actually explained to you as to who might replace them, if there was a plan to replace them, or what the form of government that they looked to install was.
Is Beowulf still with us? Are we still in the
No.
throne?
He left. I mean, you're in the throne room.
But he went out.
Yes.
Okay.
Ginge, after saying my piece about we could use somebody that can't lose, I'm gonna walk out.
Okay. Three seconds after she walks out, the whole building blows up. Kaz gets you get a message from Elena, actually. Kaz, bring the party. Figured it out.
Mm. Okay, I'll look at Alyssa. Come with us. Just don't talk too much. And,
Good idea.
And Andre, I'll just say, hey, we need to go see Elena. I think they've made some. I think they've gotten some traction on the book.
Oh, good. That was fucking fast.
It's your guy, right?
What time have we to waste?
Yeah. I don't like being here. This place creeps me out. So let's go.
The
Right
nuclear
behind.
bomb basically dropped on your face, Kaz. So it takes you the better part of like 5-10 minutes. You get to the tower. You're immediately let in and rushed up to the, you're not sure what even floor it is that they're working on. As Elena's personal servant guides you to the through all these doors that are just blackless, and it almost seems like you're being teleported to another section. Where you come into a room and you see a butt naked Elena and Lachlan just.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Clap.
You see Elena, usually who's very done up in heavy like not royal garb, but like very like well-to-do garb, is stripped down to more of a like a light tunic, and Lachlan has actually shed his coat down to a lighter suit as well. He's actually laying down furniture, and his hair is slicked back, almost like very, very sweaty. You walk in and come. We figured it out. Did you know that the book it tries to possess you? Did you know that?
Oh, actually, I don't know. Would you guys have grabbed Morning Freya on your way over?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm assuming you guys were just
assumed it
out.
did.
unless
Yeah,
you
you guys weren't
deviated.
that far away.
Yeah, because you guys
No,
had left.
I was literally just like leaning up against the wall near the doors on the other
yeah,
side.
that's what I was doing. I just walked out. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. I was gonna say, because if I had was there and I heard that, I would have reminded when I explained how to open it, that I did explain that it will try to take you over, and that I had to save the party from that. So she would
You could have been a little more specific. It not only does it try to take you over, it tries to capture your soul. It actually got Lachlan, and I managed to go in and figure it out. And gosh, there's so much information. I don't even know where to begin. The book is an
Immediately go
abyssal.
over to Lachlan, just like hands on his face, like
He kind of like flutter eyes open and look, just snap, and like goes back and like just like leans back and is instantly asleep.
I'll pull out my water skin and like dribble a little bit down his throat.
He just like half drinks it, like half sputters it out. He just looks beat for like just waking up like a couple hours ago. Looks like he's just Elena begins to explain to you the contents of the book, kind of what Freya you had done in the past, the many generations of lives, and then she actually goes into explaining cities that used to be. She explains that one of them, a city of, damn it, didn't write it down, of Lightspear, and is actually a city. And she said that this book is millennial. It has passed many generations. Seems to have been passed to an entity that looks to gain power. It's almost think of like Lord of the Rings, the ring. It looks for a different individual. Kind of hold on to. The book looks for individuals wanting power and tries to get them to read. She flips more pages. I have not read the. This book is massive. I don't even know where to begin. I did find a couple of sections that might.
Jens, can you disconnect and reconnect?
Thanks. I was about to say that.
Is that better?
I think maybe.
Hello?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. She begins to explain. As she flips through the book, there's just so much to go through. There's I just don't even know where to begin. But I did find a couple pieces of information as I flipped through that may allude us to what is going on. It seems that there are these stones, these ley stones, from the War of the Gods, that they actually channel power from the ley lines that flow from the original continent to Rothos, where Rothos broke off from this other continent. These ley stones hold great magical power, and when laid together, they encirculate themselves into a circlet of some sort, a crown that allows the user a magical means of ascending. It basically transcends the body past its physical form. So I believe.
Hypothetically, weird question. How many of the stones would you need to form the crown?
Let's see here. I haven't gotten all the means, but I believe that there are 4 in total. There might be more, but the book alludes to 4. The 4 spaces of the crown.
And this was from the War of what?
The War of the Gods. Think of it.
This is the.
This is pre-cataclysm.
Yes.
Before most magic was lost in this world.
Interesting. Any insight as to what happened to the stones?
Unfortunately, I'm still reading that portion. Another portion I did find, though, is it talks of this Undying One. And it talks of sacred weapons that were once used in the past to defeat him. Or her, in any case. I wasn't really able to process all of them. It seems like there's 4 of them. No, there's 5. There's 5 weapons total, and from what I can tell, they've been lost. They've been lost to the decades, to the eons. But the one that I read, the last time. Should have pulled this up while I was doing all this.
Yeah, struggle.
You're not wrong. Too many freaking pages, man. Too many pages.
Yep.
The last one that was seen was called the Great Axe of the Immovable Mountain. From what I can tell, the last warrior that held this axe walked into the Evercrest Mountains, never to be seen of again. There are 4 others other than that, though, that have been told to hold immense power that allow the users the ability to fight this Undying One.
Is the Undying One whoever is attempting to use the stones to ascend at that time?
I assume as much. I do not know who this Undying One is. I just know, and I don't know if he's a threat or not, but the individual that we had captured along with these assassins that have been continuously making their way here, they all hold the same pendant, the same formation as this book. Yes, the 3 peaks, they call it. So I do not know if this individual is real or if this is just some cult gathering these items to try and bring this individual back, or if there's actually somebody that is trying to ascend. For all I know, they could have all the stones now, and they're just looking for the circlet, or the last lay stone, or something.
So you would need the 4 stones and a circlet to form this crown.
Correct.
I'll kind of look at the group and I'll say I think Kalen knew a lot more about the Undying One than he ever told us. I always sort of just assumed that when the time came, he would fill us in.
That's how I felt about a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll never know.
Back when we fought at what's the called? Marthal, right?
Mugthal.
Mugdal. Back when we fought at Mugdal,
Skyrim.
the symbol was there as well. I always thought he was trying to trap souls in the book there. It's the impression I always had. What do you think he knew about this?
Who, Kalen?
Not Kalen.
The warlock in Mugthal.
The warlock. Yeah.
I don't know. Do
you think he was trying to ascend?
He probably was.
I mean, we didn't find any laystones on him or in his hut anywhere.
He's trying to help whoever it is trying to ascend.
Or maybe bring someone back who ascended before. I'm not real sure.
What about what we found in his basement?
Did I ever see the basement?
I don't think you did.
What did you find in the basement?
We found a magical object.
was that orb?
Or
Right? Yeah.
yeah,
But we weren't able to get it.
I think that was a speaking stone or seeing stone of that went to someone else,
Yeah, because it
someone more
spoke.
powerful than him.
Yeah.
A rock spoke to you.
It wasn't a
Oh,
rock,
I'm getting
Andre.
out.
It was a gem of some kind. And when I got really close to touching it, there was a voice that started speaking.
There was a voice and an eye.
And an eye, yes, sorry. We're going full Lord of the Rings on this.
I'm gonna look at Elaine. Just be.
She is like deeply engrossed in this book.
Oh.
She is like still reading, and you can tell she is scared, but extremely excited. Like she hasn't had a thrill like this in forever, and this is something very, very new and very scary. Pretty much.
Well, I mean, I was just gonna look at her like, does this kind of give her that look like, does this sound like anything that is legit? She's not looking at me then.
Excuse me, what? Sorry, I missed that whole conversation. This book has a lot.
I'm nothing.
Okay, I did find a source. I cross-referenced this book with some other books of the of tales of heroes of past. This book here tells of the a mountain of a man, a Goliath warrior. His name was Joran. He was. They called him the Mountain. He was so big and held an axe that was so large, no mortal man was. They deemed it impossible for him to take. It said that he disappeared into the mountains, the Evercrest Mountains, telling his disciples that the weapon was too dangerous for mortals and too dangerous for those that were not deemed worthy, and that he would give it back to the dragons.
What was his name?
Joran. Jooran.
Joran.
I missed the spelling. Could you say it again?
Jran.
Mm.
And kind of like a little squiggly line above the A. Joran.
So Ron.
And we think that this sounds like the person who wielded the axe of the unmovable mountain. Was he the unmovable mountain?
I am not sure. It just talks that he was of immense size and strength, and he seemed to carry this axe everywhere. And towards the end of his life, he just disappeared into the mountains.
I assumed that if the weapon was rumored to have been lost in the Evercrest Mountains, that the unmovable mountain referenced in its name was the Evercrest Mountains. But if it was wielded by this man and he was called the Mountain, he is the unmovable mountain.
Was that the only weapon mentioned to be returned to the mountains? Returned to the dragons?
There are 4 other weapons. I'm still reading about them. I need more time to sift the information. I'm unsure. I don't see any other mentions of the Evercrest Mountains. It looks like these other weapons may have been strung all over Rothos.
So
So-
the book speaks of these other weapons as well.
What was that? Sorry.
So the book speaks of this axe. Does it also speak of the other weapons?
Yes, I just told you that. I just haven't had time to read through all of it. It seems that there's 4 other weapons of power, of some worth, great weapons, that have been strung throughout Rothos that were used in the past to fight this Undying One. It looks like these. It doesn't say who wielded them, but it does give mentions to their names. It seems like they correlate to this other book, this book of heroes of the past. It seems like they were all friends or adventurers together of some sorts. What we thought was actually myth may actually be truth.
Well, if the Undying One be coming back, perhaps we should seek out these weapons, or perhaps yield them.
I would say yes to both. If this is not a legend or a myth in itself, but this book seems very, very sure on itself.
I imagine though, if someone went to the Evercrest Mountains with the intent of hiding something never to be found again, we'll have a tough time finding it.
I would assume so. But I will continue to read and do research and see what I can ascertain from both of these books now that I have a way in.
So I'll look at towards the party and I'll say I think we have two options. One is that we focus on the Barons and the Six. As we know, there's some things happening there. The alternative is that we focus on finding these stones and these weapons. And I guess we need to decide which one to do. And while we think about it, maybe we consider the possibility that the two are related. We know that members of the Six are disappearing, dying off, don't know, but at least one of them is going through attempting a very serious power grab. It seems possible to me that maybe he's the one that is trying to become the Undying One, or is the Undying One, or was.
Could explain why the Empire attacked Morgdal first.
That would make sense.
So maybe those two things are directly related, and by doing one will help us achieve the other. Or they may be two completely separate things. I don't know.
Can I put forth a third option?
Of course.
We came all the way north looking for my sister. Finding her wouldn't have been possible without the help of Andre. I owe it to her to go look for her daughter.
I agree with that. We've all kind of had our things that we've been trying to conquer. And this whole time, Henri's been running around helping everybody else.
She's never asked for help once, but I know it's why she's with us still.
I didn't want to be selfish.
You're the least selfish person in this room.
Aye.
What did you say?
I said you're the least selfish person in this room.
I try.
If we did that, where would we start?
I have a theory. You remember what the king told us about the swamp of lost mines and the slave trade camp that's there?
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably a good place to start looking.
Is this the swamp that makes you go mad if you stay in there? Or are these children's tales? Honestly, I can't keep track anymore.
Well, it seems like in recent times the line between what is myth and what is reality is blurring considerably. So it may very well be that it is aptly named and just
Or given the name in the story to keep people out,
that could also be
to
the case.
allow nefarious groups to operate.
Or
In the
whatever
swamp.
was there that caused that to happen might not even be there anymore. Whatever the case, if that's where we need to go, I agree with Morn that we need to help Henri find her daughter.
Okay. Well, we have at least a majority in agreement that that's what we should do. And I'll look at Alyssa and say, this one doesn't get a vote because she's asleep. So.
And the eye nearest to you peers open. You could tell she was just pretending. And she'll say, well, as long as there's plenty of action, I'm fine with anything.
Well, I mean, we're going to be probably going up against the Obsidian Eye, so they're not friends of ours.
She slams her fist into her
we
palm.
couldn't kill any of them.
Lovely.
Do you have a vendetta against the Obsidian Eye as well?
No, I just like tearing things up.
Excellent.
Good.
You can tear them up as much as you'd like.
Given your current state, you should have a vendetta against the Obsidian Eye because they want nothing more than to capture you and enslave you for the rest of your life. Also, they're just real shit. So,
The right bunch of bastards.
I mean, that's your personal opinion.
It's
Come
not
on.
a fucking personal opinion. That's fact, Jin.
Straight fact. Kaz is spitting fact.
Yeah,
you may not have strong thoughts about them.
These were terrible people.
Yeah, you may not have strong opinions about them, but they, rest assured, have strong opinions about you.
I'll look towards Kaz and say, these I have something against humans.
Right. Yeah, that's what I meant for sure. Well,
At least we know where to start. Can't hurt to check there first. If we don't find anything, then we're no better off than we are right now.
I'm gonna get up from where Lachlan is. I'm sure sleeping right now.
Oh, he is like gone.
Yeah,
I feel Martin feels that. Martin relates.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over to Moore and
Oh
just
yeah.
give him a big hug.
Give you a nice pat on the back. We're gonna find your daughter. I'm gonna BRB as well.
Yeah, I kind of need to go to the bathroom.
Okay, bathroom break.
Bio break.
Bio break.
Everybody died. Yeah, nuclear fallout. Sorry.
Had to happen sometime.
Who died?
I know.
Who died? Everybody.
Yep.
In the campaign? You talking about right now in the campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody dead.
Interesting.
We're restarting the campaign and doing a Fallout New Vegas theme.
Yeah. Alyssa was actually.
Dude, I just rolled this shit.
Oh.
Alyssa went off the hinges. She actually had dementia and didn't realize that she was a sleeper agent, and she killed all of them. Sorry.
Kaylin. It's I can't call you Kaylin anymore. Frosty.
Alyssa.
We prefer Kaylin, so we made an executive decision to have a nuclear fallout occur to wipe you off.
Elena accidentally creates a time machine and we go back 6 months and have to play with Kaylin instead.
I'd be okay
I
with
mean, I'm not gonna lie. There might be ways to do it in this world. Let's see.
I'm sure we'll love Alyssa, but I'm already really miss Kaylin. It's so sad. I know. Tear runs down my cheek.
Jesus, is Andre peeing or is he pooping?
Taking a long shit.
I mean, just pinch it off. Come on, baby. Pinch it off.
By now, he has to have pooped out at least enough that he can get through the session.
Oh my god, you guys.
Easily.
You can finish the rest after.
You'll be fine. I mean, at this point, I don't think it's a poop anymore. I think it's a poop and a wank. I think he's trying to get out some vibes. Okay, exactly, Kai. He's making some room for some more num-nums.
I mean, he saw Elena and his husband going at it. So.
He's real frustrated. Real frustrated. Go away, Tiger. Nobody likes you.
Since you can fuck off, I'll kill you.
Not worried about you. Haven't been worried about you since we were kids.
I'll fucking kill you.
Guys, just so you all know, she is making threats against my life.
Yeah, nobody cares.
I heard it.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
They're all gonna
Yeah.
allow it.
So, was it a really good poop and a wank, or just...
Really good poop.
Fair enough. Okay, so,
Caught in the act.
you just can't stop once you go. It's like one of those things, once you're going, it's you finish or it's nothing.
Yeah, I had to finish. I don't know. Hi, Tiger.
We have Tiger. Kaz, what's your cat's name? You have to think about it?
No.
Okay.
When we rescued him, his name was Vincent. But no one liked that name, so my kids just call him Mr. Kitty.
Just kidding.
Mr. Kitty.
I like it.
No. You know what we called my cat?
Bitch.
Orange chicken.
Oh my
What?
god.
Wow.
It's okay, Henri. I know it took you a second there. It's alright, buddy. It's alright. Alright, back to stream.
My brain's a little smooth. I don't have a cat. I just have Co.
Oh, okay, for a second I thought it was a hair doll. I was like, okay, that's kind of creepy. You're showing the stream your hair doll.
This is a little figurine of the best girl from Slayer.
Ray's like, this is my hair doll. We had fun just 5 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh, baby. Okay. Where do we even leave off? I actually spaced that out.
We just kind of finished wrapping up talking about what we were going to do next.
Oh, perfect.
I'm assuming we were going to head down from the tower and probably regroup at the house first, but...
Yeah, Elena's kind of stopped paying attention to you. She seems very engrossed in the book. And you see her just like constantly going back and forth between the Skinbound book and like 3 or 4 other books. And she's making like notes and scribbles and like running back and forth. And she is just like sweating, but like smiling at the same time. She almost seems like mad, like going back and forth and like reading this.
Probably best we leave her to her work. She's in it now. There's no pulling her away.
When we get back, she can give us the full story. I think she was so excited she just wanted to tell someone about anything.
Aye. Understandable. She made a breakthrough.
Hey. It's a scary book.
No, I've stayed far away from it. Kinda glad I did. Elena,
Yes, yes.
should I take Lachlan home, or...
No, I need him. He's very good at transcribing between the two books here. I need him for the extra research.
Transcribing, extra research.
Is that what they call it?
What is
He's
that?
gonna
Oh, that's not an eye.
He's gonna transcribe all over Elena.
Oh, transcribing.
Oh, fuck.
When everybody was thinking it, I was just the only one that said it.
Awesome, dirty-minded people.
Duh. Anyways, if you want, you can take him home for the time being. But I really would like him back here once I get these 3 pages transcribed. I need him to read. I'm not very good at this language here, but
It's alright. I just wondered if he still needs help.
he was unfortunately the first one to read the book, as he was more excited than I was. We were not expecting the initial shock that the book gave us. So.
It sounds like him alright. They're always diving headfirst into dangerous books.
Yeah, he sure dove right into my dangerous book. I couldn't even keep that one together. I'm sorry.
This is what happens when you have a husband in D&D, Henri.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Just...
Freya's googling.
No, I actually pressed my middle mouse button on Google Chrome and it just opened a new tab or a new window.
Well, if you to wake him, he responds well to tea.
To teats?
I said tea.
Oh,
Get
okay.
your mind out of the gutter.
Yes. I will have some actually made quite quickly. Do you know what kind he prefers? We have a wide selection.
She'll have 2 cups of tea ready when he wakes up.
With milk and honey.
He likes it without any sugar.
Okay.
Just some black tea, I suppose.
Okay. I will have some made up as quick as possible.
Oh, with...
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to go back to the book here.
right.
There's a lot of... Yes, thank you.
I'll leave you to your studies.
She is actually, like, not even paying attention anymore. She is, like, going... She's back at it.
Let's get going. Everyone.
Okay. The butler kind of, like, meets you at the door, like the little portal door, and begins to lead you out of the tower. So you guys are outside of the tower, standing in the center of Rothos.
The center. Jupiter.
Or Jupiter, sorry. You're right in the center of Rothos.
Suddenly in the middle of the continent.
Center of the world.
Well, I'm gonna like perk up a little bit, happier than probably I have been, and just be like, well, I'm ready to leave when you guys are. Unless you guys need to stop by the house for something.
Also, because I blanked, and I don't know if you guys have it in your notes or not, but the other continent, the main continent, is called Ridar.
You may have
Uridar.
heard it before.
I believe you've heard it before, I
Freya's
just
spoken
can't
of it.
remember. Correct.
I probably would have heard about it. Would I?
Maybe. I don't.
Maybe.
Are you thinking like? Are you thinking like from the group? Well, yeah, you probably would have heard it like from Lachlan. Yeah, I mean, he researches a lot. He's very studious.
He's a bookworm. Such a nerd.
Yeah, getting his nerd on right now.
But that's what I like about him.
You're standing outside the tower. The day is yours. It's probably around noon at this time.
Does anybody need anything from the house?
Do we know how long we'll be gone?
I imagine the journey there is gonna take a while. You can still teleport us to Thane's place, can't you?
Yeah,
So that would cut.
I guess that's the
half
closest
journey.
spot.
Yeah, that'll cut
Um,
half the journey
Did
out.
you take the chest, by the way, Kaz, that was left by the king in front of you?
Oh yeah.
I thought that it was Alyssa's gear, because she didn't have any gear. She was in the cell, right?
Yeah.
Morn was way too upset at Bitwolf to take anything that he was giving us.
I don't know. Can I say that I did?
I'll let you backtrack it. Yes.
He just runs back over and he's like, "Fuck! I forgot the chest."
Sorry.
There's one place I gotta
Sorry.
stop before we head
All
out.
the contractors are like ransacking through.
Hi again. Excuse me. I'm just stopping it by.
Probably pretty happy that you did, because there was 380 platinum in it.
Oh. Well, I don't have the group gold anymore because I think Kaz still has it.
I do.
Is
So
that
you'll
a
have
lot?
So you'll have to add that to the tally.
More.
Is that a lot?
a sizable sum?
Those aren't as shiny as the gold one.
Oh, yes, they are.
Some might say they're shinier, which is why they're worth more.
Yeah, don't forget to add that, Kaz. Because I'm not making note of it since I'm not the keeper of the party gold anymore.
Yeah,
Okay, glad to take.
I've been keeping up with it. Anything else in there?
Nope, it just looks like a bunch of pouches of platinum.
Useful. I'm sure.
Well, since the day is still early, if we don't need anything from the house, we probably should just get going, not waste any more time.
I should say bye to my, but I can meet you guys at the gate.
I
Yeah,
will do the same.
I
I'm
think
gonna...
if we teleport, we're not going to meet at the gate.
I think we should go back to the house. I'd like to leave some coins for the staff when we're gone.
Oh,
Just-
just in case we're gone for a while.
He's
Really
paying
good
his
idea.
rent.
Frankly,
Fancy.
if we come back and they ask me for a large sum of money, I'm gonna shit an egg roll. So I
It's
just
canon. What's an egg roll?
yeah, I just would rather give them some up front and be ahead.
I'll meet you there. Run on home.
Sure.
Right. And I'll...
Okay, so you go home.
Guys, I'm going home.
The rest of the party's heading back towards the house.
Isn't that's where Kaz has the teleportation circle, right?
No.
It's in the castle. It's in Alina's. That's right.
But that's just to receive. You don't have to be there to send. Send is not the right word.
Yeah, I mean, can go
You can
anywhere
be
that
anywhere.
we've seen, right?
Yeah, you can be you can go anywhere there's a teleportation signal. You can go anywhere that you've seen with risk.
Because technically we've seen the Swamp of the Lost Mine.
You've gone by it.
Right, so we've seen it.
Kind of. I would say if you teleported there, you could teleport, but there would be risks. It would be kind of like throwing a stone 10 feet away from a bullseye. You're not sure you would exactly land where you would want to be, but you might get close.
As Scotty from Star Trek would say, it'd be like beaming 3 targets from 2 locations onto 1 pad.
Yeah,
luckily it's not up to Martin's.
Yeah, I think that spell is teleport, which I do not have.
Yep.
The only one I have is teleportation circle, which requires a circle to be there.
Correct.
So we could go to Thane's in Canby. That'd be closest. I don't know what Thane is up to, or if he's there, or if he's dead, or if there's squatters there, or anything else, but...
Yeah, if we go to Canby, we'll just want to make sure to avoid getting too close to Scornsfold.
Because if we're in Canby, then we just have to get to Port Preval, and we can always take a boat. And Canby's not that far from Port Preval.
True.
Will get us there quicker?
I don't know if... I guess we can see if we find someone willing to stop off at the swamp.
For some reason, I just have this weird memory of, what's his name? The Tabaxi the Captain Tabaxi. What was his name? Captain Angle. We like heard rumors that something happened to him, right? I swear Okay, that's what I thought.
Like he was caught, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember.
It was when you guys were getting into Steinthorn. You guys were looking at the book, and you guys had seen a couple of faces and names, and I believe it was Kaylin or somebody else got a decent perception. Yeah, somebody got a decent perception check.
Morn was in the book. That's
yes.
Yeah, I was.
But you guys saw as they were flipping through the pages, somebody had seen Captain Angle, his face, and it seemed like he was wanted for, they called it smuggling. So
I can never remember his name because I always think of Colonel Angus from that that Snow bit. Yeah, we might have a captain that would be willing to go there by boat, but if not, we'd only be a few days, less than a week by foot.
are you guys walking and talking? I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Towards the house?
Yeah.
Okay. So while they're walking and talking, Andre, what are you doing at your house?
Just write a note for Locke comes back. Know that we are leaving, and I intend this time back with Mark.
Okay. I know what you did. Wash the stents off. Don't let me catch you again. As you write the note, you seal it with kind of a kiss and your scent, per se.
Yeah, I wrote that under it's.
Yeah. Gross. I don't think any of you guys have told me you've bathed in a while, so it's been. You guys got a stench.
Oh, trust me, Martin only bathes when I make a huge deal about it.
Definitely took a bath recently.
The last time I remember you telling me you bathed was when you guys went through the sewers and you came home and you plopped yourself in the bed and Lachlan was like, "What the fuck? You smell like ass," and then immediately drug your ass downstairs and bathed you.
I think that's like a task like eating though that our characters can kind of passively do. But I can say Morn has not bathed unless we've made a pretty big deal about it.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand, like, you know, if you guys came home, you guys would have bathed and cleaned up.
There was something else like that happened recently, I thought. Like, we specifically mentioned that I took a bath. Like, within the past few days.
It's kind of bad that you got it down to days.
Prestidigitation on the party and just clean everybody.
I mean, yeah, you could. It's one way of doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. If we're gonna leave a little bath.
But you sign, you sent, you get everything ready to go. You pack a couple snacks. You pack the house. You lock the house up. You get things ready.
Before I left, I grabbed this little like doll that I made Markel, bound up pineapples and stuff.
Okay.
I'll say my goodbyes to Selena, explain where I'm going, tell her I'll be back soon.
She gets extremely upset.
Yeah.
Extremely upset. And she hugs you and yeah. Make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. Luckily, she's not very skilled, as she's still being accustomed to what's happening to her body. But she unbeknownstly casts Hold Person as she grabs onto you and hugs you tightly and begins to get very upset with you that you're leaving again after you just came home. You can't leave! And like squeezes you really, really tight, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, 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 and your body starts to like tense up, and you like quickly like shrug it off and like break her grasp, and she like looks, and like for a second her eyes are kind of like glowing a little bit, and then she like stops and catches herself. Sorry.
I owed this to Andre. I was only able to find you because of her help.
I know. You just got home.
Was that a spell that you learned?
I don't know. I've been playing around a lot recently and talking to Elena, and she's taught me some fun things. Like, watch this. And she like does like something like this, and your whole room, like all the vines swing back and forth, and you hear like a ooh, like through all of the doorways and everything. And she goes, "Isn't that cool?"
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Watch this. And she like does it again, and like this time she looks back at you, and her eyes turn into like cat eyes, and then you hear meow like through all of your windows.
I'm gonna like take out my axe, and then all of a sudden there's just gonna hear like a woof, woof surrounding the room.
She's like, "Oh, that's really cool." Okay, well,
I'll see you soon.
be really safe, okay?
I'll be back.
I know. She gives you like one more big hug, and then like doesn't like stomp away, but she kind of does like that. I'm not mad, but I am mad, but I'm not mad. Like walk away from you, like girls do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best I could expect. I'll make my way down.
Okay. Anybody else?
I would have just been waiting.
I'll find Woolsworth, and I'll just go into my room. I'll take out 300 gold. I'll put it in my shelves that are in the walls there. Show them where they are, and just say we're gonna leave for a while. This should be more than enough until we come back. Make sure that the staff and everyone is taken care of.
I greatly appreciate it, sir.
If I die, burn all these things.
Yes, sir. Of course. Yes, of course.
Thank you. And then I'll just head to the main room. I want to grab a couple bottles of wine, maybe 2 or 3. Call
Okay.
3 or 4.
The,
Just put
the,
them
the,
in my bag.
the wall is stacked with wine and beers and other things Morn have asked for.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that, but I'll just grab 3 or 4 bottles, throw them in my pack, head to the main room, wait till everyone else is ready.
Alyssa, the entire time, has just kind of been standing by the entry door, like looking like around.
Mm-hmm.
I'll also do something similar to Kaz. I'm gonna make my way over. I'm gonna grab a bunch of beer and wine off the wall. Throw them in my bag. I'm gonna put them back after and replace it with scorpion tail. Whatever's left. So all that I have in my bag is scorpion tail.
Baby. Morn's looking to time travel.
And I must that's all there is other than alcohol, right?
What's
They
that?
haven't other than the wine and the beer, it's just scorpion tail, right? They haven't
There's wine, beer, whiskey, the scorpion tail, and then
So you're only
I'll take
taking
this.
drugs.
I'm
You're
only
not-
taking
You're not taking
Yeah,
alcohol.
yeah.
You're not. gonna-
Morn hasn't asked for illicit drugs.
No
it's-
more like kick back and let's have a drink.
No.
Bernie, it's
Shantae says no to alcohol, so now I have to switch to
to illicit
scorpion tail.
drugs. Okay.
Oh yeah, so no alcohol, but let me do the hard drugs.
Exactly.
Obviously.
It makes sense in my mind.
Is Scorpion Tail not alcoholic?
Morn doesn't think so.
Think of it as I was gonna say, think of it more of like
An extract, probably.
I was gonna say like absent on crack. Like a very
Shantae approved.
it's from the earth.
If only Kayla had known that.
But Shantae
Yeah.
approves. Shantae approves alcohol too because, like, literally that temple was like half like brewery. So like, I just don't think Morgan quite understands what's going on. But he likes the scorpion tailing, so.
It's a gateway drug.
Mm-hmm.
Well, next thing you guys know, Morn will be shooting up
Morgan's
before
like
fights.
Morgan's ultimate quest is to figure out what those 2 people were referring to at the gates of hell when they like passed on the scorpion tail. Like he offered him scorpion tail, and they're like, nah, that doesn't do anything for us. We're like the hard shit. Like whatever they were on, that's what Morgan's ultimate quest.
Fuck. I mean, it's gettable in this world. It's
Yeah.
gettable.
That's what Morgan wants. That's Morgan's true calling.
Yo, baby, you guys are gonna have a whole arc of trying to get Morn out of his out of his like relapse. Morn's gonna be missing teeth and
Intervention.
Yeah.
just like messed out.
We have
Just a total-
intervention.
He turns into a total junkie.
Yeah, just total
Oh my
scabs and
God.
everything.
Yeah.
Gas. I'll suck
Starts
it.
starts going to the
Yeah.
casino and smelling like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find Morn in a crack house, just doing
He
tricks.
fucking-
Doing
He
tricks.
fucking, like, dies in the bathroom and they have to use Narcan on him.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Oh,
we
baby.
How often that happens at my work.
Oh,
Honestly,
baby.
Yeah.
it's insane.
Fortunately, Martin has good friends. He hasn't turned into a total junkie.
Yet, keyword.
He's
As you
working on
guys, I mean, if you do that hell shit, I mean, I'll tell you right now, the BC's high.
it.
As you guys make your way down to the main entrance, you are greeted by a guest, sitting in your library room, legs crossed, very yeah, session 46, Born's intervention. A very well dressed half orc individual, with his legs crossed, reading a book, sitting in the corner. He looks up and gives you a very big, wide, toothy grin and smile. "Oh, my darlings, do you not remember Bobo?" And he closes the book with one hand and stares at you. Well, good evening.
Wait,
Wait,
Bobo
what?
was a half orc?
Yeah.
Well, I know he had a tusk. He had a
Mhm.
tusk. He had
Oh.
a small one.
Yeah, because remember he had the
The
one
ring through
tusk
it.
was filed down, and the other one was half up and had a piercing in
Had a
it.
piercing in it. Yeah. But
Ah,
he didn't look like an orc though.
No, he was
looked like a
he
human.
looked more humanoid, but he has semi features of the half orc, like the very light green skin. He has the tusk, but his facial features are more humanoid. He is a very good looking humanoid and half orc. He's not considered the usual half orc, very brawny, very big, very
He takes more from the human side.
correct.
Orcish.
Yeah. Morn, you reading the chat? Morn, please, we need to have a seat. We need to talk. Everyone is here to just tell you how much we care.
Yep, it's coming.
No!
I don't actually think he's used the scorpion tail since the cave, though. He keeps it on him, but he hasn't
Okay.
used it yet.
As far as you've told me, yeah, I don't think he's taken a
So it's,
drag.
Saves-
I think you looked at it once in your room and you set it down on the ground,
yep.
if I remember correctly.
I came close to getting rid of it. I tried.
Yeah.
And then I picked it back up.
But Bobo sits before you in the library in the study.
Do
I
I know
heard
Bobo?
you. No, you've never seen Bobo before.
Yeah, because I mean, it would have only taken me a matter of 10 minutes at the house. Get all this stuff. Up with everybody. Awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and you've never I think they might have talked about Bobo once around you. I don't think they really brought him up.
I'm gonna think about. I think when we met Bobo, I was in the very first form that I started out. The female sorcerer with with the picture here. So I'm going to change my appearance back to her, which I don't do anymore because she was wanted by the guards at whatever city that was. But I'll turn back to her, and I'll run and kind of give Bobo a hug because I've always wanted to see Bobo, but we've always been so busy.
Yeah, because before you change...
Oh, go ahead.
No.
He's just sitting in the seat, and he is really confused as you're running at him because he doesn't recognize you at first, and then he's getting high right now too. Jesus, Diablo. Kaz is like, episode's getting real good.
Wednesday, my dudes.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Just a big streak of white.
This is Vic's Vapo Rub. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Don't talk to me like that. I lived in Arizona. I used to rave. Don't mess with me. I know exactly what kids put in their Vicks Vapo Rub.
Just a little bit to keep you going.
Yeah. That's actually not a lie. I've seen some shit put in that. He's really confused as you're running at him because at first you are in a form he does not recognize, and then immediately you half run start to morph. There she is, my dear. Come, and he half sits up, but you hit him in the chair before he's able to. Oh, it's good to see you too. Yes. I see. There's the little half elf. Yes. Where's the big boy? Oh, there he is. Morn, come give me a hug. No.
Give him a hug, more.
Yeah, don't be a
No,
bitch.
I'll walk up. I'll slowly walk up. I would have been like leaning up against one of the posts, and they're like near the kitchen, like pretty far away.
And he doesn't move. He just is like outstretched
When
hands and
he's
just like
all,
stares at you.
I'll slowly like make my way over and then just kind of reach out my hand.
Okay.
And, like
He
shake
takes
it.
the hand. Make a dexterity saving throw.
He doesn't take no for an answer.
I rolled a 6.
I have advantage.
Oh, shit.
So you beat him. So
Oh.
he
I'm
goes
sorry.
to. Well, hold on. Why do you have advantage?
Because I have danger sense.
This isn't a danger sense. This isn't a trap.
It's pretty dangerous.
This isn't a fucking trap. Get out of
It's
here.
all it says is effects.
What
This
if
is an
Bobo's a
effect.
trap?
It's dangerous to his psyche.
Yeah. So as you go to shake the hand, you're like, and you go to pull back. It's a little stronger than you anticipated, and he pulls you in, and like immediately the left hand, in the creepiest way I can imagine this, hits your love handle and slides to your lower back, and like pulls you in, and oh yes, just as big and comfy as I remember, and he like gives you like a big old hug.
I'll give him a hug, pat him on the back, and then literally reach my hand in between us and push him off.
Well, excuse me. So, I have not met you, and I have not met the broody one in the corner.
Yes, I'm Andre. Pleased to meet you, Mr.
Hold on. I gotta give him the full name first. There's a nickname and there's his full name.
Titles.
Is his full name Bobo?
No, but I kind of
Yeah,
want
he
to hit you after that.
Just has to go back and count the number of bows.
It was in Tofted that we met him, right?
Yes. Yes. Well, my acquaintances know me as Buford Gregory Domain, but my friends know me as Bobo.
Well, nice to meet you.
And he like holds out like not like super daintily, but kind of daintily. He holds out like a hand and like a shake.
Wait, what did he say his name was?
Buford.
Buford Gregory Domain.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you as well. And the broody one. What is your name, little one?
Sort of like cock an eyebrow, and I'll just look at him and say, Alyssa.
It's nice to meet you. Where's that handsome other little human, the cropped brown hair? Anybody?
He's not.
Visibly, I was gonna say, Freya's gonna get visibly sad and kind of look away when Bobo mentions Kaelin.
Yeah, Morton's gonna turn away as well.
I have two. I know that look. Anyways. Well, it is very good to see you. I have heard so many things about you. It seems like you guys have gotten in a lot of trouble. It seems like one of your parties last leaving Tofted chopped off a bunch of hands. I mean, who would have known? It's quite interesting and quite dashing. It's you guys have gotten around. I hear you caused quite the ruckus and problems in the Empire.
I don't know if we've caused the ruckus. We just have been around when ruckus has occurred.
Yeah, we've helped the ruckus.
Yeah, I'd say that's more, that's probably more true. You should have seen the ruckus that would have occurred had we not been there, right?
Oh, do tell. I have time. And he like sits back and like crosses his legs and kind of does like a, yeah, and like puts like both of his hands down. Do tell.
Freya went to hell. Actually, we all went to hell.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you go to hell?
Well,
It's awful. Sounds disgusting. I don't really think I would like to go there.
It is a little bit disgusting, but it's very exotic.
I like exotic. Was there anybody that looked very nice there?
Me, mainly.
Of course, you always look good, my dear. Always. Yes.
Anyway, what are you doing here?
Well, so interesting thing. The Empire is procuring the magical amongst us. It's gotten a little dangerous for people of my set around that area. So I've been making more frequent trips back this way. I have a friend, a human friend, that is running the shop right now. I've had several individuals poke around my building that are less than tasteful. A large, dark-haired minotaur came for me. He was dumb enough, though. Little flick of the finger, and he went the other direction. But he's persistent and came back about a day or two later, a little more upset next time. So I just decided that maybe I would take a trip for a little while.
Yeah, I know that that minotaur.
Bless you.
Probably not a bad idea to get out of there.
Yes, I assumed. I do have some friends here that run a magical shop of some means. I believe they borrowed my name, and I just opened up a shop of certain importance. So, that being said, that being said, I do hear I want to see them. Where are your tattoos? Do show.
Where or what?
And he like lifts up his arm and like his cloak down, and you see the
Justice's.
thank you, the Justice's Boon tattoo. It's smaller than yours. It looks like he definitely wants to hide his a lot more. So his is like probably about the size of like a $50, and it seems to be just right above the armpit. Like you'd have to really get close to look at it. It's very detailed, but it's very small. Yes.
I don't recall us getting tattoos. I thought we were just given pendants.
They were given pendants.
Correct.
I have a tattoo though.
Oh,
Correct.
right.
So I'll like take off my boot and
Mid
sock.
beat. Yes. So you are one of us. I like you already. So
Well, of course I live here.
But Morn has one on his ass.
that I would really like to see. Morn, can I? And he like makes his way like around and like starts like kind of feeling around like your tunic.
I'm facing the other way because of Kalen. Like the conversation about Kalen, I am going to turn around and like just punch him in the side of the head. Straight.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Just strength, right?
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Come on, Morn, nat 1 on a strength roll? What are you doing?
This is embarrassing. Martin's never going to live this up.
No, because the bad part is you just did that against him.
Bobo almost killed us that one time.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Bobo don't fuck around.
This is non-lethal damage.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I'm not expecting much of the net one.
There it is. I really should have this like saved somewhere.
The crit fail table.
Yeah. I always am like trying to find it. It's in like my mess of my Google Drive.
Do you need me to roll a D100?
So, roll a D100.
80.
Oh, it's pretty high.
This might not be too bad. Unless hiding is bad.
I think the higher you go, the worse it gets. Last time I read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it gets up to like you break your weapons. Is Morn gonna like break his hand?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Bobo's
It
jaw
gets...
is so hard, he just cracks his fist immediately.
Oh no,
against
I'm
it.
gonna make a little alteration to this one.
Oh,
Um, So roll a d1. Roll a d10. Okay. And then roll a d4. Okay. Evens was not good. So you turn around and you guys watch as like Morn full flexes.
Hey, no, to emphasize, his hand is on my butt, so this is Warren.
So his hand is not on your butt; it's like on your little sash.
What? Close enough.
Okay. Either way, he's like right around the area and he's kind of like half bent over. He's like, Morn, let me see. And he's like being kind of playful, and you just turn around and you guys watch Morn's arm go full flex, and he's like, no, and swings, and just all of a sudden you watch as Bobo goes full serious and ducks, and Morn whiffs hard, and the next thing you know, he pivots into you, kicks your inner foot out, so you do like a split, and you do like this maiden fall into his arms and land, and he dips you. If that's what you wanted, you could have just told me. And like kind of like eyes you like really intently, like just if you wanted to, just tell me. Like he's got you in a full dip, and you're just staring at him, and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Morn is stunned.
This
He
is so much better than if
He
you
just sits
actually.
there,
my
closes
God.
his eyes, and slowly just rolls off of his hands.
Oh, he doesn't even let you do that. He takes your arm and like up spins you and like lets you up and goes, I'll see you later. Well,
Oh my
I don't know
God.
about you, but I am a little flustered. So,
Morn's face is
always good.
bright red, just fuming.
He looks at you and just gives you like a side-eyed like grin. Anyways, please do show the pendants. I assume you have them.
I'll kind of chuckle and when I take mine out and show Bobo.
I love it. I knew that you guys would be people that we could trust. I know it was hard to earn that trust. We are a group that has been kind of persecuted and chased. So, that being said, remember my little lair? Some access to some teleportation circles. Kaz, would you like to go learn a couple more?
I would. I'm good at memorizing them now.
I know. Take 1 second. And snaps his finger, and the next thing you know, you guys are standing in that little foyer again. And with the giant like pillow cushion couch inner cushion couch with the large like 8-person hookah sitting in the center that seems steaming and billowing. Well, the rest of you, I will have snacks brought and made, and of course, please help yourself to the tobacco. Very good. I
And
just
this was
got
like
back.
a demi-plane, right?
Yes.
It's not a location. Okay.
Nope.
You,
It's his own.
trick
It's
us to
his.
here?
It's his own little like. It's his own little. Give it like his
Pocket
own,
dimension?
like his own little train station. It's his own little train station. Oh yeah, you weren't around for that, were you?
No.
So originally, when they took in Tophet, he took them to another dimension and basically threatened, because he didn't know who they were and why they were there.
Oh, shit.
And then as they gained their trust, he realized he would give them a little tidbit somewhere to TP back to, which was Bobo's little train station, which was in Tophet. But in this little train station, as you're in this inner like dining hall with this like pillow. It's like almost like think of it like a half moon, and it's like this big bowl, and it's just filled with pillows. And in the very center of it is a giant hookah, like an 8-person hookah. And then there's stairs and doorways, like, everywhere. And each one of these doorways leads to a different part of Rothos that he has laid down a teleportation circle, or had a teleportation circle of some sort inscribed there. He gave access, I believe, to Kaz to one of them, and that was the teleportation circle to return to his train station in case something happened. But he said with trust, he would give more access to more areas.
I'll go into the pillow pit.
Yeah, and it is... Think of like the best down feathered blanket you could ever sit on. It's just the whole pit is filled with...
Oh.
And 2 seconds after you sit down, all of a sudden a floating tray floats by you with just like snacks galore. Like any fudge you can think of, any kind of like cheese, cracker, exotic meats, and then like off to your left, like wines and drinks. It's good. You just from like this little bit that you're getting as you watch as like Freya sings, she's been there. And she gets really comfortable. He likes to live lavishly.
Nice digs.
I feel like we can give you access. Are you up for the task?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I will give you access to 2 more, and I will let you choose this time.
Okay.
And he kind of like takes you around the, and from the gist of it, you pretty much tell there's a portal almost everywhere, or close to most locations. So if you pick 2 locations or somewhere on the map where you would kind of like to be, I'll tell you if there's one close by or not.
We want to go to the swamp, Lost Mines place.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we should just spread them out as far as we can. I guess one kind of on the outskirts of the swamp.
The closest thing I have to that would be Scornsville. I have one in the Market District. A very dear friend of a magistrate, sorry, I should say, owed me quite a few favors and let me use his circle many years ago.
I'm not sure we want to go to Scornsville.
I unfortunately don't have anything in the swamp last month. It's very fun to me. It is really good. It is flavored. It's actually flavored to your tastes. So Freya, think of your favorite food that you enjoy eating. Sweets. Honor you as well. Tastes exactly like it.
Ginger, leave Discord really quick and come back.
Sorry, I'm back. Moore must have missed something because there's a hookah.
Okay, what was that? Sorry.
Moore asked where the hookah is.
He was just. It was by the pillow pit.
I'm
So
into the
Henri
pillow pit, bro.
and Freya are both sitting there.
Oh yeah.
But what
Moore
you get?
indulgent.
Yeah. So think of like your favorite sweet food. It tastes almost exactly like that. It's very, very good.
Hell yeah.
You get almost like that light.
Moonberry surprise.
Yeah, moonberry surprise.
Yeah, it's got moonberries in it.
But it's incredibly good. Like it's almost like you're eating the sweet, except for you get like that lightheaded, nice feel of smoking, and you just get really relaxed. You kind of sit back and you're like, "Fuck, I don't think I'd have to leave here."
Yeah, I'm gonna take one more hit than I should.
Okay, you get incredibly relaxed. Like incredibly relaxed.
Some good. Morin's gotten over the whole thing with Bobo.
Yeah, just while Kaz is doing his thing, I'll read you what you got and why and how I made the change. So 80 is you stumble the opponent gets an automatic hit on next attack. And then
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's
then
Bobo chose to do this. Like,
yeah.
Bobo's
So
like, I got this.
So he chose to kick in and slide your foot and basically roll you down into a dip.
I like it. From here
It
on
just
out,
it worked.
ballet dance.
Yeah, it worked.
That was a
It
hell of a
worked.
lot better than if Morn had hit.
Oh man, it worked so well. Like when you did that and then you hit 80 and I read the description, my mind instantly went, "Oh, he's dipping him. He is gonna dip him."
Morn's dancing.
Dancing with the stars.
Yeah. Morn was pissed, but then he saw the hookah, and I'll think good.
Feeling good, Morn? Or feel better?
That's good shit. Where's that from?
He's currently talking with Kaz like off somewhere right now.
No, I'm talking to Freya.
Oh, okay.
Because Freya asked if I liked.
Yeah. I'm not sure where it's from, but it tastes really good.
We need them to get more of that.
I'm gonna look and see if Bobo is looking in our direction at all.
He currently seems to be talking with Kaz. They're trying to figure something out right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna procure whatever I can from the hookah.
Okay.
Like grab the top off of it or something.
It looks like it's a magically placed top. Like there's no you don't see like a place where the hookah sits, like a coal on top or anything. It just looks like it's automatically like firing itself.
So I'm gonna try and pull the herb out of it then.
Okay. Make an Arcana check. You have no idea where to find the herb. You are looking at it and you're like, fucking.
Okay, while we're having fun though, Morn's gonna reach into his backpack, and he's like, Freya, if you like this, you're gonna love what I got. And I'm gonna take out the pipe that I found in hell.
Find a pipe in the hell.
Don't worry about it. All I have in my inventory is pipe with good shit. So I'm assuming it's good shit. And I'm gonna.
So before that happens, Kaz, pick what are your two spots, because that's a whole thing.
So I think like Steinthorn and Skeld will give us like good coverage of the continent.
You said Skeld? Skeld.
Yeah.
Why am I like?
It's the one just south of Scornswald on the other side of the river.
Thank you. I'm like stared at it like 14 times.
I don't think that we've been there.
To Skeld? Nope.
Yeah, I don't think we've been there, but
you guys went Langdor.
Yeah.
And then you guys took a boat straight up.
We talked about it, but we didn't. But I think somewhere close to those two, just to sort of give us an even distribution of the map, would be good.
Well, I do have a teleportation circle in Steinthorn. I have not used it in a long time. It used to be a part of a very dear friends of mine. I haven't heard from him in a while, though, so use that one with caution. Skeld.
It's not in the Baron's home.
No.
Okay.
He was a local a blacksmith.
Okay.
The other one, Skeld, I do have one in Skeld, so that one is doable.
And if we were to go to Skeld, where would we end up?
That one is in the local magistrate's house as well. Very, very dear friend of mine. Think of him as the, what would you call it? Like a tax collector of sorts.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go in and spend a few minutes at each of those. And
before you go to either one of them, Steinthorn, just be careful. I haven't had contact with Gelly in a while. But Skeld, before you go there, just let me know, and I will send my dear friend a message, letting her know that you're coming.
Will do.
All right. Well, let's go join them in the pillow pit. I think the big guy likes me. And he like you see him like turn around and like he doesn't like prance, but he definitely like walks with purpose towards the pillow pit.
And okay,
Yeah,
so
when
Morn was handing me something.
When he comes
So-
in, I will be like showing Freya this pipe that I found.
Yes.
But when I see Bobo come back, I'll just be like, oh, we got a rescue on races, so there's a better time for this, but trust me, this is the best shit you've had. Better than Scorpion Tail.
Oh wow, really?
What an enabler.
I'm gonna put it away because I know Freya loved Scorpion Tail.
Oh yeah.
So like,
So when you take the pipe and you put it away, do you do it like with purpose? Like, are you trying to put it away before he sees it, or are you just kind of like?
I'm high as fuck, dude. I don't know. I'm just putting it away.
Make a sleight of hand.
Are we actually high? Or are we just like?
No, you just
Chilling.
like just chill, super chill.
Okay, I'm not high as fuck, but I'm relaxed enough that I'm not trying to hide this from Bobo. This is literally just I realize it's the wrong time.
Okay.
So,
He like
or he
slides-
doesn't want to
I'm
share.
not even trying to hide it. I
doesn't-
don't
he
think there
doesn't
needs to
wanna
be a
share.
thought of hand.
Okay.
Too many people to pass.
Then he slides in kind of next to you, and he's, "Oh, do you have something fun we can try?"
No.
Yeah, you want to try this hookah?
I always try the hookah. I'm the one that went and got it. It's from the Feywild.
I'm gonna have to have them get more of this.
It's not the easiest to get. You have to get it from certain parts of the Feywild, and I had to make a couple deals, but it is very, very good. They say it changes to your taste. For
Yeah.
me, it is warm apple pecan or warm pecan pie. It's very
Well,
good.
Well, Bobo, we might not see eye to eye, but if you could get me some more of this stuff. We got some more of those like purple round things from the capital. I think they're worth a lot. Kaz seemed pretty excited to have them, so I'm assuming they're valuable. I think we could give you a couple if you manage to get some.
Purple round things.
Yeah. Look like gold, but not gold. Worth more, apparently.
Purple round things. Okay.
Yeah. Kaz, you know those things we got earlier today? We got a whole chest full of them.
And he kind of like leans in and like taps your face. So dumb, but so cute. But stay as long as you would like. I am going to go take a bath. And he like kind of like brushes Morn's shoulder. You can join if you would like. And like makes his way off.
With that, my mood just totally changes. Just back to just pissed.
After Bobo leaves, I'm gonna like lean in towards Morn and whisper. So can we try it now?
You want it?
Yeah.
I mean, now might not be the time. We're about to leave, but I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Well, like
Do
how
I?
long? What does it do? How long does it last?
I don't quite know.
Well, haven't you
I
tried
mean,
it?
I'm gonna get kind of giddy and be like, not quite, but
So you don't know what it does then?
we're about to find out.
Let's
you wanna
do
try it?
Let's do it then.
I'm gonna take him back out, and I'm pretty much shaking at this point.
Oh my
Like
God.
full giddy. Like this is the greatest thing ever.
Okay.
And I guess I'll light it.
Okay.
Pipe with good shit. Here we go.
Okay. You it looks think of and I don't know how to explain this to certain people. Well, actually, I think the majority of you might understand it, but think of like a really good nug of weed with like the crystals and like very like blue and like a lot of colors. This is like red. It's red and has bits of blue in it, and the leaves seem to go up and curl on themselves, but it's all crushed, and it's laid in here, and it almost like when you turn it, and you kind of like look at it, you know when you're looking at certain like metallic objects, how it gives you like that glimmer? It has like that wave, like that glimmer as you're looking at it.
I'm gonna be like staring closely at it, like really interested. So I'm gonna like wide-eyed be looking at it. Be super excited. Because, you know, Morn's hyped it up.
Okay. So you light it a little bit and it begins to smoke.
Yeah, I'll take a nice huff and pass it to Freya.
Okay.
Huff pass.
Oh my god.
Make a
While he's doing whatever you're gonna have him roll, I'll already be taking a drag off of it. I won't be waiting to see what happens.
See what happens to them before I get in this rotation.
Trying to think here.
Oh my god, Morn's totally pushing drugs.
Call
on the party.
Dr. Phil. Oh, with Sunny and Rothos.
The gang smokes weed. No, isn't it like It's Always Sunny, and then it's like last Friday or whatever? Tuesday. It says what day it is. Tuesday. The gang smokes hell
Yeah.
King
I'm just debating. I don't know. Like, I know what the DC. I want the DC. I just don't know if it should be Constitution, Intelligence, or Wisdom.
Oh shit. Well, I'm good at one of those three.
Roll a dice.
I know.
Roll a d4 and then.
I think it's gonna be Wisdom. So roll a Wisdom saving throw. Okay. Freya makes it. So you take
The idea is not to make
big,
it.
You take a big inhale right after Morn. Like as Morn, and he like looks over and he's like smiling. And then he's like nodding at you, and you're nodding back at him. All of a sudden, it looks like you're just like looking at him, and it's like. And then his like mouth opens up really wide, and he's like, and then all of a sudden goes like really fast, and you're like high, and you're just like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden you like look up, and it's just like rainbows, and the whole ceiling peels open.
Wait, so this is me?
Yep.
So by rolling so high, I am getting the effects of it? Is that what's happening?
Hell yeah. You want the effects, dude.
Oh, so
You'll
this
see.
isn't a... I don't have...
No. You'll see.
Okay.
And the ceiling opens up, and you're staring out at the astral sea.
Ooh.
And you're just like, is amazing, and you're having a really good trip.
Okay, gotcha. Good
Warren.
trip versus bad trip? Hey,
take
this
a
is okay, because I had a
big
fucking
pull.
bad trip on
You
the
take
scorpion
a
tail.
big pull.
Morn was at like a fucking whorehouse with tentacles and shit
Hell
on the
yeah.
scorpion
That's
tail.
more than shit.
So
Yeah. Morn, you take a big puff. And as you take this big puff, and like you're watching Freya, and you're looking at her, her face begins to melt. And then you're like,
Freya.
"Oh, what the fuck?" And you go to say Freya, no words form. And then your eyes, you feel like your like eyelids begin to droop. And then you feel like your eyes all of a sudden fall out, and they're like rolling down your face, and you're like, whoa. And then you look down, and your arms are like falling off and starting to peel. And then your right arm, bugs are crawling out, and you're scratching your arm, and you're like scratching off pieces of your arm. And then you look down, and you can't move. Your legs, they're not moving. And you're like rocking back and forth, trying to get your legs moving. And you lay down in the pillow, and you start rolling in circles. And now you're on fire. And you sit up, and you're just like, no. no, and you guys watching him more and like rolling back and forth, and all he's saying is no, 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 no. And then your vision is gone. Like everything is black. You can't hear anything. You can't see anything.
I'll just kind of casually turn towards Alyssa and Andre and just say, "This is fine. This is totally normal. We'll just wait it out. Don't even worry about it."
Yep.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised.
And Morn is just like full drooling and foaming at this point.
God.
Make a Constitution saving throw, Morn.
Buddy, no.
He's alive.
Bitch.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Morn does not OD.
Oh,
We
shit.
good. We good. Good.
So do I witness any of what's happening to Morn? Like freaking
No,
out?
you are in pure bliss.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So it's a
It is.
switcheroo because
You are
I
having-
had a bad experience with the scorpion tail and Morn had a good one. So now we're doing the flip flop and I get to.
Yeah, I was debating wisdom or intelligence because this one's affecting the mind more, say, whereas the other one was more of like a body thing. I don't know. It was hard, but
Excellent. So
I
I'm
like
just
wisdom.
like
I like
enjoying.
wisdom. Makes more sense.
I'm in like Rainbow Land.
yeah, you are having a very good trip. Everything is very happy. Everything feels really good. Everything tastes really good. Morn is in absolute fucking hell right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but a trip is a good trip. Any trip is a good.
Any trip
long
is
as
a
you don't
good
OD.
trip. Oh
Yeah.
my god! We need to have an intervention.
That's a very Morn thing to say.
That is a very Morn thing to say. Holy hell.
I want to tell Morn really bad what this is, but I'm not going to yet.
Yeah, I don't know. All Lauren knows is that Kaz has a shit ton of it.
Oh.
Okay.
Kaz grabbed a whole bunch of it.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yep.
He grabbed it from me, so I didn't get it.
Ah, yes, he did, because there was a pouch. I forgot about that.
Yep. I haven't forgotten that he still has it. I'm not sure. Apparently, I don't like it. So.
Bobo just sits next to you and drinks the wine and just, is this normal?
Kind of?
So, what are your plans now?
Well, as soon as Morn sobers up, we'll head to the swamp. The swamp of the Lost Mines.
Interesting choice.
You ever been?
I heard it has a negative effect of those of our kind, Gaz.
Mm. You know, you hear stories, but you never really know. I never know what to believe anymore, I guess. I used to believe nothing.
Well, as you know, or you should know by now, a lot of stories are formed from mostly false truths.
At least partial truths.
Correct. They say the Swamp of Lost Mines, the children's tales talk of voices drawing those into the woods to never be seen again, yada 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 yada. From what I've learned and very little research that I have done, those voices draw you in by some form of seduction. You lose your will to walk away. It is said that there's creatures that lurk those swamps that have mutated and prey on individuals that are seen as strong by using creative ways to trap them. There's creatures that hunt that are that are ill-formed. I also hear that there once was a temple that was devoted to one of the gods within there that has been lost to the eons. But I have never gone, nor do I wish to go. It seems like a very nasty place for me.
Aye.
Well, we've got some business there. Hopefully it won't be too long. When we get back, I'll tell you about it.
I look forward to it. I will probably still be in Jupiter. I kind of like it here. It's a little more peaceful. I can sleep a little nicer at night.
Yeah. Bad times.
He kind of like leans in towards Kaz and like out of the corner of his eye, like staring at Alyssa. Does she talk very much? She's kind of scary.
Yeah, I guess she kind of is.
Hello,
Definitely not.
broody one. Would you like something to eat or drink?
And she looks over. She's probably like tightening her bandages. And she just looks over and she says, "As long as it doesn't do to me to whatever that did to that guy." And she eyes over to Morn.
Whatever he did, that stuff of mine, I have that locked in another room. That's for other parties. My stuff's more calming and relaxing. The hookah won't do that to you. That's just really, really good tobacco. I don't know what he smoked. And he kind of like rolls over and like grabs the pipe out of Morn's hand and like smells it. Oh, yep. I know what that is. I don't want that. And like slides, like he like sticks it back into Morn's hand as Morn is like death gripping his sides.
I don't want that.
So, what is it?
That? That is something that is bought in hell. It's called worm's pesh. It's used by mixing dead things with dragon's blood. Yeah, it creates a plant, and you smoke the plant, and it's not my thing. It creates either very nice hallucinogenic or very bad hallucinogenic means. I've only had twice, and it was bad both times for me.
Worms what?
Worm's pesh. Wyrmpesh.
It definitely sounds distasteful to me.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. I prefer to know where I'm going on my trips.
Well, Freya's enjoying herself.
Yeah, Freya is like super dilated pupils and like staring at the ceiling out into like nothingness right now. And you see her like every like 30 seconds, her hand kind of goes up and she's just like, oh. And then you look over at Morn and Morn is just like,
Jesus.
yeah,
Lauren's not having a good time of it.
nope. And like he'll stop breathing for like a full minute and then all of a sudden like like all of the veins in his neck will bulge and then he'll stop and then you're just like, what the fuck just happened?
Is he going to be alright?
And like sticks his finger like under his neck, like where like the shirt is, and kind of like lifts it out. Yes, he doesn't have the purple striations. He'll be fine in about 30 minutes. I think he's
what?
I think he's the purple striations. That's usually when the infection begins, and that's like when they OD. The drug just didn't take correctly.
Yeah, now I'm definitely glad I didn't decide to go.
Can I ask what the DC was, Ginge?
21.
Freya passed by 1.
Oh, that's a fucking high DC.
It's a fucked up drug.
Shit.
What do you expect? You're smoking Hell Reaper.
Hell yeah.
Hell weed.
Doing
You're smoking the shrooms of dragon shit. I mean,
Hellweed.
Yeah,
That
it's
sounds
Halloween.
That sounds like Jankum.
Something like that. Fuck yeah, Halloween. You're right, Kai.
Yeah.
It's Halloween.
It might be the scorpion tongue from one.
So,
Also, I have in my notes something about Dala. Drink of the sea. Can you remind me what that is?
which one?
It says Dala. D-O-L-L-A.
Drink of the
Dollar
sea?
bill, y'all.
I
I know.
believe, if I remember correctly, it's like another form of drag or scorpion tail. It's just made
Okay.
a different way.
Okay. That might be what they got me. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe it's like another form of scorpion's tail. Dala. It's made from like imagine like pufferfish type deal. It's like a numbing agent. Like it makes your body go warm and fuzzy and numb, but it can also fucking kill you.
Yeah, it's a good
The
trade-off.
devil's lettuce. Yeah, it's a trade-off. So, you guys sit around. You guys smoke hookah for a little while. Alyssa, I'm assuming you join in at some point.
After like Bobo finishes like talking and describing the effects and whatnot, she looks. I'll look over to him. I'm looking like very restless at this point, and I'll say, "This place, can you like do whatever you want in it?
For the most part, yes. It's my place.
You can like conjure up stuff. I assume.
Yes.
Can you like produce like a training dummy or something? I need something to hit."
I have a training room. And he points to like a door 50 feet to your right. Not even, probably like 30 feet.
Perfect. And she'll stand up and she'll start walking over and she'll say, "I'll be back."
Okay. You open the door and it is a full sand pit with like training dummies all over the place. And like free weights and a bunch of other stuff.
Mm.
Pretty much anything you could think of to kick the shit out of, it's there.
Oh yeah, and she'll just start going into town.
Okay. Watch the door shut behind her and you can hear pounding and punching of sorts and kicking. Okay. About 30 minutes goes by, and Freya and Morn, your highs begin to wane as you guys come back to reality.
I'm gonna look over at Morn with a big stupid grin on my face.
That's no scorpion tail.
That was good.
What?
That was great.
That fucking sucks.
What, really?
You don't have a headache, Morn, but you literally feel like your eyeballs are gonna pop out of their head. You just like pressure. You're doing that thing like when you drink too much and you wake up the next day and you're like, yep,
I mean, you can't possibly have liked that more than the scorpion tail.
Well, maybe you just had a bad trip. I mean, mine was amazing. It was awesome. That was way better than the scorpion tail. I had a bad
Really?
experience on that.
Ah, fuck.
We'll have to try scorpion tail again because I just had a really bad experience with it.
Morn's reactions.
I might have to try that again. I'm gonna look for the pipe. Do I still have it, or did Bobo take it?
Nope, you slid it back in your hand.
Is there any left in it?
Maybe.
I'm gonna like attempt to blow it out.
Okay, you blow all. Actually, no. Make a Oh,
What
shit.
direction are
Make
you
a-
blowing it to?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Make
guess
a-
I can put my hand over it.
Okay.
I'll put my
I'm
hand
like-
over it.
Okay. So you just like. So are you just like looking to see if like it's gonna blow out, or what are you looking to see?
Yeah,
if
I'm
it's
just trying
gonna
to extinguish it.
do?
I don't know.
Yeah,
if
make
it's
a
sitting there
make a
while.
dex. Make a dex, just a straight dex.
If it's been sitting there a while, wouldn't it have probably just extinguished on its own?
Okay. and you blow like half of it out, and you're like catching it, like oh shit, and like it's like a lot of ash, and you're like up in your face, like and like shoving it back in the pipe. It was extinguished.
How close is Kaz at the point to me?
How close is Kaz?
Yeah.
5 feet. I can see more looking at like from my way. I just see them looking at each other and just like.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like staring straight at Kaz, and then be like, "Well, better luck next." Yeah, that was not quite what I had hoped for.
Yeah, all I got from my angle was like both you guys' screens are just. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna do this? Let's do this, bitch.
I was planning on being next, but after seeing what it did to you, I decided against it.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna put away my pipe. Kind of look toward Fran, give her a slight like smile, like hey, yeah, that was good, but like not for me, just for her. I'm happy that she had a good trip, and then that's it.
You feel like a hand slide on your thigh. Well, if you really want to have some fun, I have something that will really.
I immediately stand up.
And I'm gonna immediately slap Bobo's hand.
I'm not saying sexual. I'm just saying I have something that will make your whole body feel amazing.
I stand up and look toward Bobo. How coherent am I right now? Am I able to process anything?
Oh yeah, point? But it like
yeah. No, it's time. It's Martin thinks it's time to go, and he's gonna start making his way toward the door.
Okay. Like, there's no outer door. There's doors, but there's no like outer door.
Just 10 feet away from Bobo, and just be like, I think it's time to go.
We've done this before where we've opened random doors. It didn't go well.
Yep. Okay. I just was offering another way to feel good. That drug is kind of nasty. It's a very 50-50. Mine would make your whole body feel like fats.
I'm gonna like stand up and point at Bobo. Are you trying to solicit Morn for sex?
No. Never. Does he want sex?
Why did he ask?
Not from you. And I'll kind of spit on the ground.
That's not very nice.
I don't want anything from you.
You don't. Okay. Fair enough. I love it when you get angry.
Don't do it, Morn. He's just going to take away your inhibitions.
Martin's face is going to get a little bit red, but I'm okay.
I know, right, Kai? He's just looking for love.
You seem to like riling up the people.
Yeah.
The big teddy bears are always fun to mess with. They're just so dumb, but they're just so cute.
Do I hear this?
Oh yeah, he says it blatantly. And just stares at you and smiles.
I'm gonna, like, shamefully turn away. Almost defeated. He's kind of won. He grabbed my dick.
He never grabbed your dick.
He tried to grab my dick.
He ran it on your thigh.
Yeah, that's same thing. Same thing.
What was it? His inner thigh or just like the top of it?
It was
just like the top outer.
No,
thigh.
No, it was deep inner thigh, and
Yeah, I think more took the top of that hand, slid it on the inner thigh.
That's what Kai said. Side
I think it was happening, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" And Morn was like, "Oh no."
Yeah. In Martin's eyes, he grabbed his dick, and that's too far, and this whole thing's over. Martin's ready to leave.
Morn, he was just checking your inseam. That's
a normal thing, yeah.
Totally normal.
Totally normal.
Bobo would be jealous.
We're going back to this now.
Bobo just stands there and like smirks at you, and you turn around and, well, that's no fun. Anyways,
Could I try whatever that other thing you were mentioning?
of course.
Don't
Snaps a
do
finger
it,
and like
Henri.
a plate rolls out, and a heart-shaped little pill sits on a tray.
Henri, I'm gonna run up to Henri and put my hands on her shoulders and shake her and look her wide-eyed. Don't do it. He's gonna take away your inhibitions. Think of your husband.
No. And I lean forward and I take one of the other pills and I eat it. And,
This took a turn. I mean, yeah, Andre's husband already left her, so she might as well find someone else.
Hey, no, not true.
Does our playlist have romantic music in it?
Quick, put some on. Hold on.
I wasn't expecting for the
Wait. Oh my god, I've got one.
Alyssa, as you cave in the skull, the other dummies actually turn into kind of like basic golems, and they actually try to start fighting you.
Ooh.
And she slams her fist into her palm. An active opponent? This is gonna get more interesting.
And like 5, 6, 7 of them, and they just start to go, and they're real basic. I mean, like, you know, like they're like 1 hit point monsters, but they start to react to you.
How did I know Careless Whisper was coming?
Yeah.
Because you know me.
So, as the music flows, Henri,
So
are you taking the pill?
I'm gonna
Bobo's
ask,
looking at you, and he just like, yes.
so
And he like starts to like go back and forth, and
before I ingest this, what exactly is it, and what does it?
Oh,
it's just
Henri's feeling so
it's just a
unsure.
pill that makes you feel really good.
Bubba's getting the D somehow.
Insight.
Roll insight. Okay. As far as you can tell, he's being truthful, and he looks like he's feeling real good. And he looks like he is jamming out. Like to this song right now, he's just like. And you hear, and as this is going on, you hear like not Careless Whisper, but you hear like harps and other like things playing in the room.
Careless Whisper playing on the harp.
Yeah, and he's just jamming.
Does it smell like anything?
Nope.
Coconut oil.
And KY jelly.
It smells like
Hey,
lube.
why, Billy?
It smells like lube and regrets.
Ah,
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
figured that was coming. That was almost a 1.
Baby. Okay. You start like you're like, and your body starts to tingle, and you're like, ooh, ooh, and all of a sudden it feels like somebody's taking their fingers, and you know, like when you lay on your back and somebody like rubs it along your back, like all over your body.
Oh god.
And then the little wands that you put on the top of your head, like the brain ticklers. Just
yes.
that.
Oh my god, I love those things.
Yeah, just like, and it's just going up and down. And you're just like, oh, and you guys all watch it. So all of a sudden, Andre's just like, it just starts
I would just slump down into the pillows and just be like,
Yeah. Oh, well, it makes you like, it just gives you this want to like move.
Oh, okay.
It just gives you this want to like, to jam. Like you just feel real good. Make an intelligence saving throw to see how far this is gonna go.
Damn, Andre.
Beat a 16. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Your lady parts start to get very tender,
Some wet ass pussy.
and you are just like, oh.
Oh boy.
Not like super. Yeah, not some wop. Not some wop. That's enough of that.
I don't need a bucket. A bucket
No,
and a
no.
mop.
But you're just very like, you just feel like alive. Like everything is lit up right now, and you feel real good.
It's like a really.
Think of like,
high.
yeah, think of like ecstasy.
Haven't done it, so I wouldn't know.
Neither have I. Wow, that's kind of a lot.
But I can imagine.
Roast, who's fucking playing this? I hate this song. Hate this song.
It'd be like Ben Shapiro. There's some whores in this house.
But
That SP word.
you guys watch, and Andre just is like jamming. Like and it's not like full blown, but she's just really like grooving. Gross. So yeah, you guys watch. Andre is just jamming. Andre is jamming. You guys all look over and you're just like, what the fuck? And like right next to her, Bobo is just like, it's a 2-man show, and you guys like slowly hear the music around you like pick up. And then like he snaps his finger, and another plate appears with 3 more pills. And he just like looks at you and just, would you like to join? It feels really good.
It does feel really good, guys. I'm just, I'm just vibing with the universe right now.
If I saw anything actually about to happen, I would flip out because I'm ready to go.
Yeah. No, they're just like dancing. It is totally chill.
Yeah. Andre hasn't exposed his wet ass pussy.
His.
A hermaphrodite.
Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop your
pussy like this.
Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. Just do
My
Do
neck.
it.
My
Do
back.
it.
Thick.
Do it. Do it. Do it right.
lick it good. Suck this pussy just like you should. Right now, lick it good.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
pop this pussy just like
you should.
my neck. My back.
Lick
This
my pussy and
back. Okay. Anyways.
The session tanks, dude.
Oh my god.
Went downhill so fast.
This is
We
like,
needed this after last time.
yeah, this is like my
sadness and somberness and
this is like my middle school into like high school for me. This is like right when I discovered girls, and I didn't know what the hell this song was, but girls at the time were just like jamming to this, and I'm like, okay. But you guys watch as Bobo and Andre are just like tearing it up.
Yeah, no, I'm watching and I'm concerned.
It lasts for probably a solid hour. And you start to
Hour?
come down. Yeah.
The fuck? Yeah. I mean, I had stood up, but I would have sat back down if this was an hour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
I'll just be chilling on the couch, I guess.
yeah, they rock out for like an hour. And then you see them slowly start to come down, and there's like no ill reversed effects or anything like that. And you're just you start to come down, and like it almost feels like that really good tickle. It's like all of a sudden like once every like 1 or 2 minutes you feel kind of that nice feeling.
kind of slowly,
yeah, it's just like
fades out.
and at the end of it, now this is my jam. But
Wow.
you slowly start to come down, and you feel it, and you kind of bummed as you come down off the end of it.
Okay, guys, we've had our fun. Is it time to
Yeah.
Hey, Kaz, can you start?
A little
Did
carried
you
away.
figure out a way to get to the swamp?
As like all starts to come down, you guys just hear boom, boom, and like the training room next to you guys.
I have a theory. I'm gonna keep it to myself though.
I think Canby's as close as we're gonna get.
That's still very close to Port Perval, so
That'll
that's not
work.
so bad.
Once Andre's pussy's dried up, we can head out.
Oh my god.
Bobo sits down and like undoes his like tunic robe and like unfolds it and it reveals like this half like this like shaved trim chest down to these like kind of short pants capri things. Folds his legs and starts smoking the hookah. Well, that was good. Can I interest you in anything else before we leave? Before you leave? You're always welcome back here.
I think I'm good for now, but thanks.
Of course.
Thanks.
Would you
Right.
like to take some with you? And she slides like 3 pills over your way in like a tiny little bag.
I'm gonna make my way toward it and attempt to grab it.
Okay. Honor, are you letting it happen or
I wasn't gonna take them.
okay? So you go to snag the bag.
I want to, as Morgan gets close, I want to mage hand the bag before he can get to
Kaz,
it.
the keeper of the drugs.
So make a sleight of hand Kaz and a dexterity, just a straight dex for Morn.
Good.
Ooh, baby. Alright, here we go. Sleight of hand from Kaz.
What is happening? I don't have a.
It's not a hand check.
I
Right.
don't have a thing in D&D Beyond.
Well, I think Jin said it's not a hand check.
Yeah, but I think he's trying to click on the.
Oh, I see.
I wonder if the
Oh,
thing
shit.
is all screwed up. Yep.
Queen version is so much more disappointing.
Yeah, big time. So Morn, you like lunge forward trying to grab this with like one eye closed, kind of still reeling from the effects, and all of a sudden like the bag just takes off and starts floating.
If I see it goes toward Kaz, I'm not really gonna care too much.
Yep, you just watch his Cash just like waving his hand and kind of like flicks his wrist, and the bag just starts going towards him.
I'm gonna raise one eyebrow at Kaz.
I got you. If there's Molly to go, I'm gonna take it.
There's Molly to go.
Well,
It's just
I
as,
mean-
as a general rule.
I never said you couldn't have it. You didn't have to take it. It's fine. I'm sorry. No offense taken. Well,
Bobo, I appreciate you stepping by, but really, unless you have advice for us, like I'd appreciate, staying away from us.
I can't stay away. You're much too fun. But I will say this. Don't die. Keep your wits about you. The Swamp of Lost Mines has taken many smarter people that I know. It is not not a safe place.
I appreciate your concern.
You're most welcome. Well, I'm gonna go lay down for a nap. I've had much too fun this week. And like stands up and kind of like does like a little gracious bow thing and like walks off in the opposite direction. You kind of see him do like a stutter step / like a little like dance move and like keeps walking.
It was
Bobo.
lovely to meet you.
Would you be able to teleport us out of here?
Too well. I was just going to drop you guys back off in Jupiter.
I think anywhere as close to the swamp as we can get, maybe Port Porval, would be ideal, if possible.
I believe I can help. But on one condition.
I'm gonna put my hand against my face. Just like,
Stop it. You just come visit again. That's all I ask.
Consider it done.
Come here. And he like tells you all to like get close and hold hands.
Let's get Alyssa too.
Oh yes, I forgot about the broody one.
You don't want her hanging around here when you're napping.
I can kick her out whenever I want. That's no big deal.
I'm gonna be like standing around the circle, but definitely not grabbing on.
So he walks over to the training room door and props the door open, and it's just trashed. Oh.
And she's probably, and right now at this moment, she's like probably like standing over one, and she's taking like long, deep breaths, and she's worked up quite a sweat. Her bandages are starting to get damp, and she's finished off by stomping one in the chest, cracking its sternum.
Well, a little bit of pent-up aggression. I like that. But I have to clean this up now, so time to go.
Thought you'd never say that.
And he like snaps a finger and presses his patient. You go from like sweaty to like clean. The bandages clean up. So.
Oh, thank you. All right then,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yes, I believe the group is waiting. And he like looks in the room as you like kind of like go by him. He looks. Yes. Anyways, shuts the door. So, please stand close to one another and hold hands. I'm going to cast a little spell. I will do my best to get you there as close as possible. Do you wish to go to the outsides or the inside of the swamp? Not the. I will get you as close as I can.
Outside.
Yeah, I think probably on the outside, on the outskirts of it.
All right, everybody hold hands.
I'm gonna maneuver myself away opposite of the circle of Bobo.
Yeah, it's fine. He doesn't say or do anything.
No, I'll grab whoever hands is there.
Okay. Everybody hold hands. Okay, who wants to roll a D100?
I'll do it.
Okay. Okay. All right. And all of a sudden he starts speaking in like tongues. And you guys are like, oh shit. And the floor below you all of a sudden just like lights a large circle. And then all of a sudden like and like interweaving like interweaving twined like lines and peaks and a lot of, and Kaz, you recognize it instantly. It's a runic circle that just forms below you, like a magical circle. And all of a sudden, you guys are sucked away. And you guys open your eyes, look out, and the temperature has gone from that nice cool interior to just nasty, muggy. And you can smell. I don't know if any of you have been, but like you're standing next to like a swamp, like that real like stagnant water, grimy green algae
Kind of
smell.
sour.
Yeah.
It's foul.
Yeah, and you're standing there and you're just like, oh. Well, I do believe this is as far as I go. I wish you the best. Please be careful.
Thank you, Bobo.
Always most welcome, Cap. And he begins to like lean down and like he draws out, like starts to draw out like a circle. Well, I'm gone. And snaps his finger and just the circle lights up. The ground below him, the runic circle glides away and kind of bursts in the sand or in the ground. And you guys are standing just to the north. Actually, you guys aren't even on that view. You guys are about right here.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
And that is where we'll end our session. As you guys look out across this giant jungled forest.
Good shit.
Good episode.
The party does drugs.
Party
Yep.
does drugs.
Yeah, I named this fucking episode way wrong.
I can change it when I upload it.
I mean,
The gang gets high.
The gang gets
you know, you gotta have episodes like this once in a while. So
Yeah,
It's been a long time.
it has.
it's a good
And
calm
it's
down.
just, it's a welcome surprise after what the party's been.
Yeah.
An episode of chill and yeah.
Alyssa's off beating the shit out of fake dummies. The rest of the group's getting high as fuck.
Yeah, Bobo. Martin needed it because Martin is pissed at Bobo.
I mean, Bobo's got the hots for he has since day one.
Yeah, see, the thing about it is Martin respects Bobo in the sense that, hey, if Martin actually needed a wizard or a sorcerer or whatever Bobo is, Martin realizes that Bobo is skilled, but dude, Martin fucking hates Bobo. Everything about his personality just irks Martin. Ever
Bobo
since he
is
met him,
a-
Martin has just never trusted him, and Bobo's actions toward Martin is just,
Bobo is
does not like.
The way that I wrote Bobo up was just a very openly flamboyant, proud of himself, eccentric-y type
Yeah.
individual, you know?
Yep, pretty much everything Martin despises. So they make a good couple.
Who knows? Love may be in the future.
Yeah, no.
I mean, there's always charm spells. Eventually.
Yeah.
He might get his way.
Yeah, and both seem more interested in Andre.
Bobo just likes to have a good time.
True.
He don't give a fuck.
Henri's not particularly interested in it.
So, thank you, stream, for coming.
Yes, thank you for joining us on this whirlwind of
Yes.
emotions.
Always.
Bad trips and good trips.
Next time,
The last
Solicitations
man.
for sex.
yep, next time
Lots of
the,
dirty, raunchy songs.
yeah, this is,
Andre's pussy got very wet.
Yep.
yeah, some wop.
I'm wop.
It'll be, the Swamp of Lost Mines will be interesting. I didn't think you guys would be coming here for. Now you guys are, in essence, you guys are trying to hunt the Obsidian Eye.
Kind of, yeah.
Gotta find Henri's daughter.
To a degree, yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
stream. We will see you next week on Wednesday.
Next week.
Same time, as always.
Same
Plagues.
bat time, same bat channel.
Have a good evening. Peace out.
Get that bomb ass pussy. Bye.
This is a wet ass pussy.